Hey y'all, it's Set Free Saturday. Checking in with my guy Ellis again. How y'all doing?
We back again, but man, why you doing all that clapping like that? You know, all that loud clapping. What's going on with that, man?
Are you tripping on my clapping, man? That's my thing. You know what I'm saying? That's my thing, man.
That's unnecessary, man. I don't want you to do that no more. I don't want you to do that no more, man.
I'm a grown man. I can do what I want to do.
Okay, but, well, I mean, that brings us to our topic today, you know, which is our conflict resolution. And just little simple arguments like that with him clapping his hands sometimes get blown out of proportion. We want to talk about things of that nature. Hit him up, Devin.
Yeah, and you're right, because it's all different types of conflict. It's peer conflict, it's conflicts in relationships, conflict in school, things like that. And we just want to give you some tips and scenarios on how to be cognizant of that and deal with conflict, you know, because we all face it every day.
Exactly. I always like to come from my personal experience. And, you know, neighborhoods I grew up in, handling conflict was always with some form of violence, whether it be words or actions. You know, somebody disrespect you, you know, we live by that. You kill my dog, I kill your cat rule, you know, and the truth about it, that's the wrong mind frame. You know, I know we all heard of the saying, the pen is mightier than the sword.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Yeah, that's part of what we really need to be teaching our kids, because we teach our kids, hey man, you know, they kill your dog, you kill your cat, thinking like that, you gonna either end up dead or in prison, you know, like a lot of us has already been. Do you agree?
I agree, and it's summertime now, and you know, violent occurrences always increase in the summertime, whether you out in the quote unquote free world or in the system. And one thing that I learned about conflict, of course, because I've been through my share of conflict as well. In the beginning, you never think about like the repercussions on the back end. Whether that's a destroyed relationship, whether that's always looking over your shoulder, or whether that's like potentially losing your life or being away from your family and friends. You know what I'm saying? We don't think about that type of thing. It's all about ego and pride in the moment. Like, I ain't finna let nobody try me, or I ain't finna let them play with me, or they must not know who I am.
Exactly. I remember one time, quick story. I remember one time, you know, I was in confinement, of course, and I reflected on my life. You know, I was in confinement for a fight, and the guy that I got into it with, you know, I really couldn't even remember why I hated him so much. You know what I mean? It's like I just knew that I hated this dude, and I knew he hated me, but I really couldn't say, well, this is the reason why we hate each other. You know what I mean? But the reason was because we were just from different cities. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I mean, you know, I'm from Jacksonville and you from Tampa type of deal. You know what I mean? I can think back when we was in the county jail, we used to fight east side against the west side, against north and south. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But then when I went on to the prison system, these same dudes that I was fighting in the county jail is my best friend in prison, because we're both from Jacksonville. Now we fighting against Tampa and Miami, Orlando. You know what I mean? So basically, I mean, I thought about it as I got wiser. We hate each other because of the places our mama choose to live. If my mama choose to move to Tampa, that guy would have been my best friend. But being that my mama choose to live in Jacksonville and his choose to live in Tampa, now we supposed to be enemies. That's the wrong frame of mind. Like we said before, we always looking at each other as enemies and not as a brother. You know, think about it. I don't own Jacksonville, he don't own Tampa. Right. What we fighting for? Right. You know what I mean?
I think, you know what, and I think that's conditioning. I think that's social conditioning, and in instances like that, if you feel like you don't own nothing in this little plot of land wherever it's at, you feel like I'm gonna step 10 toes in this and I'm gonna live and die by it, right? And I think that happens a lot because we don't think about like life after, you know? because thinking about some of the times when I was in conflict and I had to sit down for a while, I was like, man, like why did I do that? Or this wasn't as important to me long run. And then I looked at how it affect my life even to this day. So I like try to do things a little different. And man, them same principles apply though wherever you at. Like if you the new person on the job, it's potential for conflict. Yeah. Even when you like in relationships, like romantic, sometimes you feel like you gotta like press hard to stand your ground. And I think that's when it's important to surround yourself with the right people to teach you how to think and give you coping mechanisms to handle the conflict, because conflict doesn't have to be bad. You know what I'm saying? It's just how we deal with it.